Welcome to part 2 of our 1-year anniversary here on Searching for MacGuffin. If you listened to us last week, great. Let's continue that conversation.
Yeah, if you didn't, then you're going to be really lost.
Yeah, you're going to be really confused because we've gone 50 episodes in a little over 52 weeks, right? And we're in the end of our first season here. We kind of alluded to it last week. Oh, this is George?
Is that my?
Yeah, that's your cue, man.
Dan?
Yeah. Yo, Gabe, wake up.
Oh, Gabe.
I'm gonna give him a Celsius.
We're all out.
Yeah.
We've been in the studio for hours.
Also. And Link.
And we are here
I was
celebrating.
going to say someone else.
We're here celebrating this first year, S4M year 1. Let's be honest, we didn't really have any more topics that we wanted to talk about, so we figured.
Well, full transparency, is that what we're doing?
Yeah,
We had no idea what else to talk about, and we're doing back-to-back sessions.
Yeah,
So back-to-back 1 year, baby.
yeah. So we're taking this opportunity to kind of end. I was gonna say on a high note, but just on really just any note, like a B flat.
Sounds like my exam week.
Yeah. So, because sometimes you do, I kind of tend to work that way where like I front load all the work. So by the time I'm tired, like the day of, it's just like automated.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If you heard the last one, buckle up for this one. I have no idea what's about to happen.
Buckle up, Anchor.
Yeah, what
We're coming back for you.
I have no problem with Anchor. They have the tools. I don't even know what my part in the ad is. Does anyone? I only know Link's part. The singing part works.
when blending on Anchor,
You doing your British part?
no, I'm doing yours.
Oh,
I'm doing your
okay.
part. I'm trying to remember because I heard it so much.
I
when
skip
hosting-
it.
when
I
host-
skip it. I don't even
when
know.
hosting on
man,
Anchor-
One less
When
listen.
hosting on Anchor, you can blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I forgot what you said.
Maybe that's what happens. Maybe they don't give you the monetization when you skip the ad, which I do every time.
Come on. We're losing money.
Okay, fine. I'll just start playing just the ad every week.
You mean you guys don't just like
Not listen.
Bro, I don't
you guys
listen
just
to
don't
the show.
you guys just don't put the episode on and like put your phone on mute the whole day? So that it
Why would I-
constantly
why would it put it
you're,
on
you're
hold?
bloating our numbers, so.
But that's it.
Nuts.
It only counts one play per device. So, like if you've been doing that, it hasn't been accomplishing anything.
I have 16 devices.
Oh, you just have like a
That's 16 plays.
I actually hired what are those called?
Wait.
Bot farms in India, and
So you're saying that I could listen to an episode over and over and over, the same episode over and over and
Yeah,
over again,
correct.
and that's only one.
yeah, that's correct.
But if I listen to multiple episodes over and over and over again, that counts as one for each episode.
Please explain the difference of the two things you just said.
Oh, because you know how on Spotify, which
Right.
we like,
Yeah.
you know how on Spotify it takes you to the next episode, right?
Yeah, correct.
So if I just leave us running
Yeah.
on volume all the way down,
Uh-huh.
over and over and over again, does each episode?
No, it's just
Oh,
one.
just the first
One.
time you play it from that device.
So if you left it from 1 to 50 for the first time,
Yeah,
it would be.
You got 50 views,
Listen.
one per each episode.
That's about it.
Yeah. Even if you switch like platform, like if you do that on Spotify and then you switch to iTunes, iTunes will have one number, Spotify will have no number, but Anchor will only count it as one. Like it knows that they're both from the
Anchor
same.
won't count it as two.
No, it won't count it as two.
Hmm.
Which is why actually this is really interesting.
Angry.
Wow, you really have started the
Mm.
Anchor agenda here. Your numbers are way bigger if you add your iTunes and Spotify numbers than the Anchor number. And that's not even counting like other platforms because we have people listening on we're like on 9 platforms or something
What
like that.
platforms are we on?
Whoa, you gave up on podcatchers? Come on, man.
Oh, that's a win for America.
That's a good bit. We probably should have talked about it when we talked about bits last week.
That's a good win.
Bits never die. We can still talk about it.
Speaking of bits, that was funny because when we planned this out, we're like, can we go 2 hours for 2 episodes? And we were like going way longer last week. And I'm like, let's just end now because we're gonna go another hour for the next week's episode. But No, I'm bringing Podcatcher. Podcatcher's a thing, guys. It has a
No.
page on the.
I just feel like you're saying Foxcatcher.
Clock stoppers? For some people, it's been a week.
Well, for me, last week it was a month apparently.
Oh, yeah.
So.
There you go.
I wonder if anyone's gonna listen to these 2 episodes back to back and get that same feeling that they're in the studio with us, like just
Yeah.
one run.
Question: what platforms are we on? We're on Apple.
Some Amazon.
We're on Apple.
Oh yeah, we're on Amazon,
We're on
which I used to
Amazon.
have to publish. This is funny. This is like behind the scenes for anyone who's thinking about, by the way, starting a podcast. It's very
Yes,
rewarding.
join the Searching for MacGuffin
Not
network.
monetarily though.
Yeah.
We will buy you, and you'll be part of our network. We are an award-winning network.
Oh, you
podcast.
could be under our. What is our thing? We have like
The
a
Searching for MacGuffin multiverse.
S4M.
I don't know what you're trying to say. What are you talking about?
You know how it's like on
Like the network?
on Apple, it's like searching for
Our
MacGuffin,
feed.
and then under it is like S4M,
Yeah,
like
so it's
productions or S4M.
Oh, S4M Media.
S4M Media.
Yeah, yeah, it could
Yes,
be
join
produced by-
S4M Media.
Exactly. Yes, we are award-winning.
S4 Media.
We are an award-winning podcast. We are the
What awards do we have?
well. We have the most eligible bachelor in the world, baby.
That is true.
That's
That is
award-winning.
an award.
All right, that's one award.
All right,
I think we.
We're also the
deserve-
Nicolas Cage of podcasts.
we're on
That's
Spotify. We're on Apple. Almost everyone that listens to us listens on one of those 2 things. By the way, that's another thing. When we first started the show, we were only on Spotify because we were like, oh, we're publishing through Anchor. Spotify owns Anchor. It's really easy to publish there. Apple Podcasts is a little more cumbersome. There's a lot of more like permissions. They take a little longer to upload your episodes, etc. It was another step. It was more work. So we're like, we don't need to do that at first. And then like everyone I would talk to was like, oh, I only listen on Apple. I don't listen on Spotify. So then like a lot of that growth came from Apple Podcasts. And then they've been kind of feuding. Like sometimes there's more people on Apple, sometimes there's more people on Spotify.
Hey, where are my Apple Podcast people at?
And then there's people
I am an
like those-
Apple. I'm an Apple podcast person, but I listen to us when I would listen to us on Spotify. But if Spotify is owned by Anchor, that means that I should listen to us in Apple Podcast, right?
Yes.
Sure.
You're still on Anchor.
Yeah. It doesn't change the fact. I listen to us on Apple Podcasts. No, I listen to us on Spotify because I make my wife listen to us on Apple Podcasts.
Ah.
Yeah.
Apple Podcast is very vibrant.
We don't
Yeah, it's
really
very
white.
pretty.
It is
I like
pretty,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I prefer.
Well, I'm
it.
switching. I'm just switching to Apple Podcast.
We're also on Google Podcasts, which we get a
I've
little.
never heard of anyone.
Does
using
anyone
it.
use that?
Well, you know who uses it? The
Androids?
people that
Nigeria.
yeah, sure. Probably people in Nigeria.
Searching for love, baby.
People who search for the owls of Gahul.
Oh, true.
Yeah, they do a Google search and then it sends them to the
Guys,
Google
that
Podcast.
got a lot of. I don't think that people know, but that got a lot of clicks.
Yeah, because when you do, like, there was one day
Click stoppers?
we talked about this last week when like me and Dan became obsessed with the numbers and the data and like crunching data the weekly. Like we were checking how long are they listening to in the first week that the episode drops, and then we went to the Google search
That
results
was really funny.
and then just like printed out like what people are searching for that gets us to the show. And it
Do you
was
have that list on you? I would like to.
oh man, it was so long ago on the
One of them was Team Link.
yeah, Team Link. Yeah, people search for which
What?
explain what Team Link is.
Team Link is like it's just like a team, like a
It's a
like
program.
a company
It's-
like program. Like,
yeah,
so
it's
you
for like
work on
conference-
collaborative like projects.
Like a team viewer?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
not really
Well,
like
not-
a team viewer?
but it's more like about working because like you share files and
Yeah, I
stuff,
believe
right? Like,
so.
right. So especially the height of the pandemic, everybody's working remotely. Team Link got really big, and when people search for Team Link, it sends them to our podcast
Because of me?
Because of you.
It's not even like Link, like from Legend of Zelda. It's just Team Link.
Team Link. So there's a lot of our fans are out there are on Team Link.
Hashtag
we gotta,
Team
okay,
Link.
now we gotta start that. That's a
What?
t-shirt right there.
Hashtag Team Link.
You know, when we were talking about bits, by the way, last week, I was thinking like, you know how many of our bits could be like cool T-shirts, like for
That's
the
true.
show, but instead we only have the logo that Danny didn't want to let me release. because it was like, Danny, you think you can just throw the logo on a shirt? And he's like, hey, I'll do it next month. Yeah. And then he just kept doing that. And I was like, I'm going to go do it. I'm going to go open a merchandise store. I'm just going to put our logo on everything and call it a day.
By the way, our merchandise store is available.
Yes. And it's beautiful.
It's
a lot of
beautiful.
hard work went
A lot
into
of hard
designing.
work. We have T-shirts for adults, T-shirts for children,
Which you've purchased for many
for
children.
many children. Yes.
You have?
Yeah.
You passing them around.
I pass them out to children on the streets.
People on the streets.
We have
haven't
mugs
bought
as
any.
well. So if you like drinking coffee,
Who doesn't?
who doesn't, right? If
Hot
you're,
beverages.
if you do Celsius, you can pour your Celsius in the mug.
Has anyone ever drank like hot Celsius?
That sounds
I
terrible.
think we should try that.
That
I think
I'm
we
good.
should.
that sounds like meth.
That does sound terrible. Okay.
We also have tote bags.
Do
If
we
that's what you're
really?
Into we
didn't know
have
We have toe bags?
laptop sleeves.
They're on sale right now. Well,
have-
actually, when we're recording this episode, I don't know if we're on sale.
have
They're on sale like
laptop
every other
sleeves?
week.
Yeah.
T Public. Shout out to T Public.
Yes.
It's been a great partner for us.
We have stickers.
They send email. No, Dan's saying no, but they send us emails to follow up with us every week.
They got angry at us,
and
right?
we don't answer. No, that was Cecilia. Cecilia?
Zelia.
But she was just our handler before she gave
She
us
got
our
so
representative.
angry, she handed us off.
Well,
to
because
someone
she was like, "All right, you open the store. Can you upload a
else.
design?"
Okay, but can you also wait?
Can you sell
wait?
something?
Yeah. Can you just relax?
You're taking up space here.
Because her job is to get us in the hands of a representative.
but not so passive aggressively. That's like,
She said, we're gonna close your store, and
No,
you can try
yeah.
it again later. Yeah,
come on.
and that's why I was like, okay, I'm just gonna upload the image and see if it just magically
I was
like,
like, let him close down the store. I'll
yeah,
find someone
Dan,
else.
Dan was literally like, he wanted us. When
I
we,
hope they're not listening.
Yeah.
We're burning every bridge.
I love T Public personally, right? Not only that, they provide us with a list of topics at the beginning of every month
Hey, we should go through some of those.
of those topics.
Yeah.
Okay, he's asking me to like
Search
come up with
something.
documents like
Yeah, right.
like on the
You
spot,
should
like
have
as if
these
I
on
just don't.
hand.
I delete everything once I'm done with it. So it's like I delete the email and I delete the image too. Who's got time for all this space, man?
We also have stickers.
You're still just pimping merchant.
However, I
Just
have
the two parts is just
I
one
have
big ad.
I have stickers for us. I can send if you are a fan and want stickers, searching for MacGuffin stickers of our logo. DM
Wait,
us.
can I DM us a topic idea and we'll send you a sticker?
Oh my dude! Oh,
There's
that's why he's a producer.
high five. Wait, let me ask you a question here before you continue, Link. Who's checking these DMs? Because you keep saying this on air, but
Oh, this is Leanne, right?
oh, okay.
I'm
so
assuming it's Leanne.
You're assuming okay.
So if you want stickers, send us a topic to talk about. DM it to us and with your address, and I will send you a sticker. I will pay for the.
We will personally show up at your door.
Yes,
And-
well, I'm not. I don't know about.
No, I'm showing up at your
Okay.
door.
Good, because then I don't have to pay for postage. But
you
I will
have to
pay
feed
for,
me.
I
a
will
meal.
pay for everything: the postage, stamp.
You're really committed to this, huh?
Yes, I want people to have our stickers.
Why do you love stickers so much?
Oh, stickers are my love language.
Why does he love stickers so much?
Danny, how much money did I spend on stickers at MegaCon?
All his money.
And you know what?
All of grandma's
60
gift.
pounds.
All of my abuelita birthday money.
Dan once had an idea for my classroom. He was like, "We're gonna sticker bomb all the desks
Isn't that so cool?
in your classroom," and I was like, "All right,
And
I'm
then
open
all
to
George heard was, "We're gonna bomb all the
it."
desks."
No, he was like, "We're gonna sticker bomb all year," and I'm like, "Okay, I guess if that's an aesthetic that the kids are hip with now, all right, let's do it." And then he went back and like tried to like put the budget together, and he came back. He was like, "We're gonna sticker bomb one desk in your classroom."
Oh, can I do that for with our logo?
You can do whatever you want with our. Wait,
Oh,
let me take
sorry?
that back. Let me take that back.
No.
too
Can
much power.
Can I put stickers of our logo on your desk?
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, on my desk?
Yeah,
No, not on my desk. You can do it on your desk.
I already do that.
You know,
Oh,
you
okay.
should
My desk.
just leave them in bathroom stalls. Like stick them in a bathroom stall, like right in front.
So people can.
So like when you
That's
sit
true.
down to use the bathroom.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what?
I think
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to fancy restaurants.
I'm gonna be
right?
honest. I've been looking for these Google search
You know
results
what-
this
you
whole
know
time.
when
Let's go to
Hawkeye-
fan-
You know when Hawkeye sees the Thanos is right
Yeah,
on the urinal? It's gonna be our logo instead.
I'm sorry.
That's for
Thanos was right.
Thanos.
Yeah, you know that.
Oh, I
Like
I
where
don't know
he's-
why you said. You know when Hawkeye is sitting on Thanos' right? I was like, what?
No, that's
Hawk
gonna
guy?
be our Hawk.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna find all the great places in Miami to take a dump, and I'm gonna put our sticker in the stall. And that's how you know that.
That's not bad.
And that's how you know that that place is searching for MacGuffin.
What
food
is
for the vibe.
okay? But
for,
what?
for toilets?
I like that.
What?
You know what? We should make it so if someone finds one, they win something.
They would.
What are the hallmarks of a good place to take a dump?
Privacy is important, right? Also, the length.
So a
of,
stall.
yes, a stall, obviously, right?
That's it.
The
Just a
length.
stall.
No. The length of the door. Okay, right?
Okay.
If the door goes all the way to the bottom, perfect. That's a lot of privacy.
So
right?
no one can like get
Also,
you.
no like space in between the door and the stall. You get me? Because sometimes
So you make that awkward eye contact for people that walk in.
Exactly. Oh my goodness, I
Or
hate
people
that.
are like-
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know what they're called. The sheets that you put on the toilet.
That's a big plus.
That's a plus.
Oh, yeah, you
need
have
that.
to
Yeah,
have
no,
that.
I don't think that's a plus because I think that's like a
That's-
necessity.
No,
yeah.
that's I'm not taking.
We
a
live
dump-
in
I'm not
America.
taking a
Yeah,
dump
I
if they
don't
have
do it.
that.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Or
no,
maybe
no.
I'll put some
That's not
toilet
true.
paper,
Yeah.
make
But
my
you go
own.
like
but,
you go like 3 layers of toilet paper.
Yeah.
but
right?
I'm
But
chopping.
the
I'm
sheets-
shaving down like 3 minutes right there.
Yeah.
The sheet streamline thing.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
That you know what? The softness of your toilet paper is so important too.
I can never
Because
find
sometimes,
Quality,
because
quality.
sometimes
Um,
you're just it's like knives down there when you're swiping, right?
Mhm.
It's-
Swiping.
It's the worst.
It's like anchors.
Exactly.
No, okay.
Now, but you're right. Like George was saying, it's hard to find good quality toilet paper on the.
I think that's the
out in
hard.
public,
That's
right?
the
So bring
hardest
your own.
one.
So you know what? Bring wipes with you.
Okay, so I don't have the ones that I sent you back in the day, but I have new top Google
Ooh,
searches
I like that.
And
that we
those-
can discover.
And that's what makes a good toilet.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I like
So-
that. Start leaving them. If someone finds them,
All right, ready?
put hashtag S.
Team Link.
hashtag Team
Do you
Link.
think do I have time for all 45 of the top Google searches that send to
Top 15. Top 15.
The top 45 is really good though. I'm gonna go through really quick and then I'll skip to
Okay.
top 15 if it takes too long. Okay, ready? The 45th thing
Can't wait.
that people Google that leads us to our show is Zombie Dan.
How is that even? What?
What is even Zombie
What
Dan?
is Zombie Dan?
You're welcome.
That's when you got COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what the
Yeah, yeah.
bit is,
But like,
but what are people Googling Zombie Dan for?
It's like maybe it's zombie erotic fan fiction.
Okay.
What?
With Stan
Oh,
as the zombie.
he's an artist.
Oh, really?
He's a British stencil artist from South London.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy when
He-
you say something
We
on
have
the
an
show?
we have an artist on in our podcast.
Okay. Isn't it crazy when you say something on the show that ends up being a thing that exists? Like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna go through them rapid fire. I just really wanted to. 45 is what convinced me. Why did BoJack wait 17 minutes?
Oh.
The Good Dinosaur merch.
I do not like the Good Dinosaur.
The Dragon and the Knight of Ga'Hoole. The
There's
Demon.
no dragons and knights in Ga'Hoole.
Well, they'll find out if they listen to the show. The Demon Accord series. Team Link login.
Oh, there we go.
Yay.
Team Link again.
Sundance merch. Sweet Life of Zack and Cody Disney games. Ralph Macchio merch. Parks and Rec merch. Owl BoJack Horseman.
I really got a lot of clicks
We
off the
talked about
BoJack.
BoJack.
I put it in one of the descriptions.
Oh Happy Day Accords. Naruto Ramen Orlando.
Ah,
Monsters University merch. Maze Runner merch. Lulac.org.
a lot of people looking for merch.
Yeah.
It's a good thing our merch store is,
Yeah.
is up and running.
Lulac.org. Someone forgot to put the dot. Several people. Insane Coaster Wars. Incredibles 2 Nintendo Switch. Hot Topic Cobra Kai. Ghostbusters Nintendo Switch. Full Metal Alchemist merch. Finding Nemo bathroom set. Finding Nemo bathroom. Finding Nemo anchor. Finding Dory bathroom set. Demon Slayer merch
a
Amazon.
lot of Finding Nemo bathroom related, like
I mean, your bathroom will look pretty.
Was
cool
that-
if
was that
it's
off
like
of-
Finding Nemo?
Was that off
theme.
of one?
Yeah.
Like that last
Yeah.
episode?
if you read the description, I said, I'm sorry, this is for the algorithm. And I listed every single Pixar movie. And clearly it works.
It clearly, yeah. It's jumped up like past whatever the top searches were before. Danny Go, Daft Punk merch, BoJack Horseman Don't Stop Dancing, Baby Yoda dancing toy, Attack on Titan merch, Amazon,
These are just words. I don't like. This is just.
Attack on Titan naked figures,
I'm
Amazon.
sorry.
What?
What? Titan naked figure.
Yeah, Amazon Prime Ratatouille, The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody Diego, and now this is the top 10 searches that
Oh, okay,
lead
here we go.
to our podcast. All right, Snore Stop Amazon.
What?
I have no idea. Naruto Ramen London.
London.
Yeah, for some reason the
Interesting.
London one is more than Orlando. How do you pronounce titty?
Is that really?
Yeah, that's the
Wait.
Like it says, how do you pronounce titty?
yeah.
You did it.
did I do that?
Yeah, you did.
How?
You did that like
How did
Guardian.
wait. How did I do that?
You said it.
titty.
You said it. Remember, we weren't we weren't sure if you were allowed to say that, and like.
And
Dan-
you typed that in the comments?
Yeah, I put it in this description.
Oh yeah, he put in the description. He wrote, "It's okay to say."
titty.
Yeah. Guardians of Gahul books. George Ezra merch.
Oh.
Bone Dew.
Oh,
Bo-
Bone Dew.
Bone Dew. What's that? What's
What
Bone
is
Dew?
that?
It's a drink.
Oh,
Is it really?
Yeah.
is that just because we talked about bone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. BoJack Horseman looking in the mirror.
That really worked.
Demon Accords. BoJack Horseman merch. And number 1, Lunchables Nintendo Switch.
Ah, it sounds delicious. A lot of BoJack Horseman.
A lot, yeah.
Will Arnett, maybe you should sponsor us.
Maybe you should have a podcast,
That was a surprising
have a
amount of.
podcast.
does
but
have
not
a
about
BoJack.
BoJack Horseman.
But maybe
That podcast is so good.
But maybe he should promote us on his podcast.
Oh, okay. There you go. Now we got there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Will Arnett, we know you're listening
Will.
out there.
Jason.
Anchor won't count your listen, but
Pixar, I know you're listening. All
Dude.
those bathroom sets.
Dude.
What's the name of the other guy
I
of,
remember, man.
of Smart List, Gabriel?
What's his name? Man, it's Jason
Poor
Bateman,
guy.
Will Arnett. No, this guy.
well, I have heard that show. That show's good.
That show's great.
Why don't I listen to that show?
You should.
Oh, because I don't listen to any other. I have a daily show that I listen to.
Sean Hayes. That's
Oh,
what
I
his
love
name
Sean Hayes. That's
is.
right.
I forget his name.
He's the
man.
third
I
guy.
feel like he's the odd one there, but I like him because they make fun of him, and I feel bad for him. But he has the best questions in the show.
He's hilarious. They're all hilarious.
They're good. Okay, so those were the top things that
We
led
should
us to
figure
our
out
show.
what platform they're on.
It's not Anchor.
Yeah, I haven't heard him sing the lyrics to the
Yeah.
script.
I'm sure they get paid to be on a.
Oh, I forgot to stop the
On a
clock last
platform.
time. So,
We're winging it.
yeah, all right. Anyways, what else we got, guys? Okay, experiences. What are some experiences? We talked a little bit about this last week, but any advice for anyone who's thinking about maybe starting a podcast like Will Arnett, or maybe any like creative endeavor, long-term projects like this?
Find a decent mic. It's gonna save you a lot of trouble.
Yeah, Mike.
It's not the plane. It's the pilot.
Yeah, that too. You know,
Yeah.
because you don't know who's driving that.
Decent equipment, but also at the same time, don't get into like an arms race over what
no,
you're
yeah.
using.
Buy like
exact-
a
that's-
cheap, like,
Good and simple.
something multi-purpose
That's
that you
ex-
could use for something else.
Exactly what I meant by it's not the plane. It's the pilot.
Yeah, but you can't have a janky plane.
A Yeti would work.
Janky plane
For
wouldn't get off the ground.
Anyone else if they were alone, but it does not work when you have more than
Yeah.
two hosts.
So let's talk about that. There's not like, I know that there are, so it's not like this is unique or anything, but it's not common to have a bunch of hosts in the room at the same time, or at least I couldn't get.
It's if you have your own studio, then it's common to have multiple hosts.
Right. But like a lot of shows, basically what I'm saying is there wasn't a lot of advice for getting the same, like a bunch of people in the same room at the same time, especially when we were starting out.
During the pandemic, when
Yeah.
everyone was on
Yeah.
A lot of remote
You're
shows.
like, what are we
Yeah,
doing?
that's how people went. You get me?
Yeah.
You couldn't interview people anymore, so you would have to interview each other through Zoom.
Mm-hmm. So that was an interesting part of it because we were like trying to figure out a setup that worked for us. And like there was a lot of good advice that didn't apply. So I think that would be my advice. Listen to everybody's advice and then apply
To your
what suits
situation,
your
yeah.
needs. Yeah.
But you know what's not going to suit your needs? Anchor.
Anchor.
Oh boy,
Okay,
we're
all right.
really bombing this now.
Like for example, who owns the Yeti?
I own a Yeti,
I own a
They
Yeti.
both
Yeah,
own
I
yours.
remember Gabriel had the Yeti already, right?
and then I bought it.
And then
Yeah.
Link was
Link
like,
bought
I'm
it.
buying a Yeti. And then we recorded with two
Do you use
Yetis.
it or no?
I use it. I use it on Discord when I play
Yeah.
a video game with friends.
Yeah.
That's why
that's what I
buy
do.
something that you can use later if the podcast fails.
Yeah,
That's
or-
what I got.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like whenever I go into a purchase, I'm like, all right, we built a computer, right, to edit the show. But it's like, but what else am I going to do with it? Like, I need one anyways, you know? All this equipment and stuff.
I think
like,
the only piece of equipment I can't validate other than the podcast is the interface.
the interface, yeah. But I'll tell you how I validate it. Number one, we all pitched in, so I don't have to pay for the whole thing.
True.
But so it was like a little off the top of it. But number two is like, if this show ends for some reason, unforeseen circumstance, emergency, death, or who knows, I'm gonna take all this stuff like to my classroom. I teach drama, and I teach.
Who has to die that the show ends?
Well,
I think
all
if
of us.
Either one. I think
Any
if
one of us?
No, all of us.
All of us have to die.
No,
yeah, it would
So-
have to be a car accident that
Let's-
we're all in.
no.
And
But like, let's say one
Let's
of us
set the
does
record
die.
straight.
Yeah.
If one of us dies, the show's over.
I disagree with that.
No shot.
Really?
Yeah.
Listen,
We'll keep it on in memory.
yeah, if
No,
Link,
no.
this is what happens. If Dan dies, we'll notice. But
Because
yeah, the original pitch was like 3 guys, right? So
Dang. You
so-
guys would move past my death so easily.
no, because we will continue the show in your memory, and plus we'd have to learn to do a bunch of
Yeah.
stuff.
please don't die.
Yeah,
we
if
would
anyone else,
appreciate you
we
so
could die,
much.
not you. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, wow.
So, but let's be honest, this show we created it, when you weren't even a host on it. So like there has been an emergency plan in the case of your sudden death or depression.
It's in writing.
You guys were preparing for my death this
It's
whole
in-
time?
We have it in writing.
You've got to always be
You
prepared.
gotta always be prepared.
And
man,
it also
yeah.
there's also a picture of you, Link, and Poogie with Elijah Wood
Yeah.
on it.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be your.
Is
on your
there a
tombstone.
plan for everyone else's death
Yeah,
or just
I'll tell
mine?
you.
Yeah.
Link, the show will be a lot less funny.
If I die, I'm haunting the show.
Well,
That
then
sounds awesome.
That might be
though.
funny then.
Yeah, that might work.
Okay. So I'm thinking of kind of like a ghosts style, like
Ooh,
the
ghost
TV show.
hunting.
Yeah, no, I was thinking like that British show with, is that what it's called?
Ghost.
Ghosts? Yeah.
Link will go behind me and grab the mic,
Yeah.
and then it'll be beautiful.
So the show will be less funny. I think it'll be more bio-centric, like getting that fourth voice in here, and then like me and Gabe just kind of lifestyle grilling them.
Crying.
Yeah. It'll be much more
I-
emotional.
the first month better be about grief.
Oh yeah. It'll be 5 weeks.
5 weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
Each stage?
Yeah. I felt like that went without saying. but
No,
like-
I didn't even know there were 5 stages of grief. So thank you.
For those who didn't know.
Educated.
All right. That's a good book, by the way. I recommend it. Educated.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We'll talk about it later in our book club show.
What happens if Gabe dies?
If Gabe dies,
The episode about nothing.
it's,
It's just endless.
week. Yeah, it's just an episode.
It's happened already.
If Gabe dies, then we become a comedy podcast, just like you've always wanted, Dan. Because we didn't talk about this last week.
Oh, I like that idea.
Oh, you
Oh,
like the idea of
no.
Gabe dying?
No. I like
He's
it.
planning my untimely
Alright.
demise.
No, you're gonna overdose on Celsius.
Not yet.
We didn't talk
It
about
only
this.
makes him stronger.
Yeah. We talked about our favorite episodes last week, so if you didn't tune in last week, again, you're super lost in this conversation as we're wrapping up season 1 of the show. We alluded to it, and I'm telling you now, it all ends today until it begins again. Because the end is the beginning is the end.
The show's ending?
No, stop. Don't
That's what
support.
it sounded like you
links.
were.
No, the season. I just said the word season finale.
I just heard ending.
Does anybody else get confused when they have season or series finales on TV shows too, and you always have to like double read it again? Is it
Yeah,
show ending?
yeah.
Yeah. Is it this season? Is it this?
Yeah, I can't wait for the next season of Better Call Saul.
Yeah. But we shared our favorite episodes last week, and we talked about like searching for love.
That was a week ago, huh?
Yeah.
Been
And
a long week.
it's been a short week for me. It feels like just yesterday, or maybe even an hour and a half ago. What What was the other some of our favorite episodes?
The non-structured ones.
Yeah, okay. Well, the funny ones though, right? Like where we break the format, we off the cuff, we talked about the bits and everything. Dan had been on this agenda like 6 months ago when we were like labeling what the show is, because we found out that you can label through your podcatcher, but then you can go into the other platforms like Apple and Spotify directly. Some of the other ones, by the way, you asked earlier, were on whatever, who cares? Nobody cares. Anyways, you can go in and then you can mess with their metrics and their labels. And Apple has like subcategories and categories. And this guy was like, we're a comedy podcast.
We are.
Exactly.
No, Gabriel,
We're not a comedy podcast.
we're not a potty.
We're not a
We're
potty.
not a potty
We're not a
podcast.
potty Comcast.
We are a potty pod. We are a potty.
We're not a potty
we're not a
Comcast.
potty
We're not a titty Comcast.
We are a pity.
We're not a pity potty Comcast.
We are a potty podcast.
You can't even say
Dang
it.
it. We are a potty podcast because I just gave you recommendations on what a good bathroom stall looks like.
I guess this week we are, but we're not exclusive.
On the
Like,
season finale, we become a potty podcast.
because that's ultimately that's the problem. They have like 57 million categories, and you have to narrow it down, which sounds easy, but it was like, wait, what's our first category? Movies and TVs, and then comics, and that's it. We're out of
Yeah,
subcategories.
'cause they only let
It's
you
like,
pick
oh, but
two.
what about anime? But we're not an anime podcast,
we
and
talk
I love
about
wrestling,
anime.
but we're not a wrestling podcast.
We're a comedy
Yeah.
podcast.
We're a comedy
No, we're
podcast.
not.
We're not a comedy Comcast.
But that was funny. We're a
Okay.
comedy podcast.
I think
That was funny.
We're not a comedy podcast.
what did we even settle on? I think it was like movies and TV shows, and then I think it's like arts and entertainment.
I don't want to be artistic.
We are a
You don't wanna be what?
artistic. I want to be a comedy podcast.
I also think
A
that
potty podcast.
Potty Comcast.
I think that we also went into like each platform and chose different categories so
Just
that
to
we
cover
could,
the
yeah,
basis. We are a comedy podcast.
yeah.
That side is a comedy podcast.
And we're available.
Gabriel,
on,
do you have to die
You
in order
better-
for us
you
to become a comedy
You
podcast?
Yep.
better fist bump.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yep.
goodness! I've never.
it.
I've
never wanted me to die.
just for the record, okay? Just to answer a question you asked earlier or last week. I'm not really sure at this point. We're on Spotify, Anchor, Apple,
last week.
Google.
That was last
Okay.
week.
Overcast, which I have no idea what that even is.
It sounds like a depression.
Amazon, well, all the platforms are going to kick us out, by the way.
Yeah, we're just creating enemies.
Let me tell you something. Amazon
Season finale is about to turn into series finale real quick.
Amazon Music is a real funny one because Amazon Music was not tied with Anchor, so it wouldn't just auto publish. So I had to set up a separate account and connect the RSS feed and then check it every week that it would transfer over, right? And I did that, and then all of a sudden they supported it like right after I put all this work into
Do
it.
people listen to us on?
We
Amazon?
do, yeah. We actually
we
do.
get
Music?
a few.
Yeah.
I
Here
don't
and there.
understand.
What
There's
about
a few
what,
on
what about Overcast?
I actually
People
love. Me and
It's
we.
just Dan on Overcast.
listen- Who listens to us on Overcast?
Overcast is one of those like other 1%. Like
Oh, okay.
it's just like it tells us the percentages, and then it's like everyone else, like Castbox, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Stitcher. These are the
Oh,
other.
I know Stitcher.
Yeah, I know. Stitcher Radio used to be big. Somebody told me. Oh, me and Danny when we got on Amazon Music, because it's the same app as well. Oh no, actually, it throws you to Amazon Music, and it also throws you on Audible.
Yes, and I
Oh,
was like,
what?
why
Are we a book?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
we
Danny
are.
was very upset about that.
I was.
Why you? What?
Because I was like, I love.
Are we gonna have this?
Yes, we're gonna have this conversation
argument on
right
air?
now. Yeah,
Full
on air.
transparency.
I opened the Audible app and I'm like, there are all my books, there are all my audio shows, there are also all my podcasts. And I'm sitting like I'm getting put into the recommendations. So it's like, here's like a Game of Thrones novel, here is like an MLK biography, and here is Searching for MacGuffin.
We don't belong there.
Yeah. And I'm like, this is so cool that all my audio is here in one place. And Dan was so irrationally upset.
I don't like it. I like all my apps to be separate functions. I like my music app to show me music. I like my books app to show me books. And I like my podcast app to show me podcasts.
What you're actually even mad about how we're presented on Spotify, right?
Yeah.
Are we presented on Spotify?
It's a tab, like music and Spotify.
It says
and
Anchor
podcasts.
first, and then our show name.
Like it's a tab. Like you're in your music, and you
And
have
then
to go
your
to
podcast,
podcasts and
yeah,
shows,
yeah.
right? And he
I think
hates that.
separation between like content, I like it.
Wait, you hate it or you love that?
No, he likes them
I
being
like them being
separated in separate apps.
Like
No,
Apple
but what
Music,
about on Spotify?
Apple
Like,
Podcast.
you hate the fact that we're on a different
I don't like
tab?
that we are on Spotify because we're on a different tab in it.
yeah, and
I think it's
Do
messy.
you even use Spotify?
No.
yeah, he
Well,
thinks
I just prefer.
What do you
Apple Podcast.
use?
he ra-
You use Apple
Music.
Music.
No, you use Apple Music?
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
It's a separate
I
app
thought
just for my
that's
music.
why he likes that Apple Music and Apple Podcasts are two separate apps. Which
Yeah.
like
Why?
But you can listen to us on Apple Music?
No.
no,
only
he
Apple
has to
Podcast.
open Apple Podcasts.
Mm.
But so then I don't understand the idea of like leaving the app, opening a new app, and then going to podcast.
Because that's
How
what,
is that more
that's
intuitive
what-
than just
that's
clicking
what
a
I want to
tab?
do right now. It's like focusing on one thing at a time. I want.
You might have undiagnosed ADHD,
I
man.
probably do. I want to
Have
be
you heard of
on.
Overcast?
Oh yeah, all you can do there is podcast.
Oh,
Were you gonna do an
perfect. That's
Overcast-
fantastic.
Were you gonna do an Overcast intro?
Overcast. No.
Wait, so we're on Audible. So we're audiobook.
And we're a
Yeah.
comedy.
Yeah,
we are
an audio-
authors.
We're a comedy book.
Oh.
Oh, I think we are a comedy book on
Oh
Audible.
my goodness, we're up there with Bossy Pants by Tina Fey and that's the only.
Look
comedy.
at
I
us
don't really
go.
know a lot of
Yeah.
comedy books.
The Steve Martin one, Born Funny.
Now that you
Born
mention, yeah, no, that's Daredevil. Now that you
Not a
mentioned
comedy?
Tina Fey, I'm gonna put you on the spot, Link. So I hope you don't take this the wrong way, all right? Because I'm gonna ask you something that somebody told me that's completely off topic, right? But you were mentioning some of the funny people in your life, right? Do you know where this conversation is going?
Yeah, I know who you were talking about.
Okay.
I had this conversation yesterday.
Yeah. Okay. So, but you made
Yesterday,
like you
last week.
alluded to the fact that humor and like another personal trait.
Attractiveness.
Yeah. Okay. So are we okay? We can talk about this.
I mean, I don't.
Okay. So first of all, he rattled off like a bunch of people in his life that like, oh, these are the funniest people in my life, and like the person you were talking to was included in that list. So they were like, oh, that's so nice, and also the people that I know, they're funny too, right? And then
I didn't put you on that list, Danny, but you are.
okay, we'll hold that thought. Because then
It's 25% of a comedy podcast.
your follow up to these are all the funniest people in my life was that humor is tied to what?
Attractiveness.
Yeah.
Attraction.
What level of attractiveness?
The uglier you are, the funnier you are.
Never mind. I don't want to be on your list.
Because you have to depend. You don't depend so much on your looks. You depend more on your personality and
Forget
comedy.
it. I'm off your list.
So you, sir, are undateable.
I'm
But I
off
love,
your,
but I think you're hilarious.
I'm off. I don't want to be funny. This is not a comedy podcast.
Which is so funny because I was telling her this, and then I realized, oh man, did I insult her? I didn't mean to insult
Obviously.
you.
That insulted me.
That insulted me. I was on that list.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That insulted
Was
me
he
and I
on
just
that
heard
list?
it. I better not be on the list.
He wasn't on the list, but he's insulted for us.
Because he's beautiful.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, yeah.
I hate you.
But then I thought instantly, like, but what about Tina Fey? Because I know that, like, you love Tina Fey and you think she's both, right?
Yes, but is is Tina Fey like your
Conventionally
conventional
attractive.
person like from Hollywood?
She's
I mean,
what?
that's not
I
my
think-
value, though.
No, but I'm saying like
I think
you get
she's
me?
conventional. I think
Is
she's,
she
I
like-
think she's a beautiful woman.
I
Is she
think-
like okay, when we think of the hottest celebrities in Hollywood, you
Tina Fey?
that's what I think,
Yeah.
right? But other people have other,
A friend of the show once told me that Tina Fey is beautiful because she has the same scar that Han Solo has.
That's true. She has a
But-
solo scar.
That's right. So that just automatically makes her one of the most beautiful people in
I
the
agree.
world. Okay, so then
So she's not funny.
yeah, I guess she's not funny.
No, Tina Fey is hilarious. However, compared to like the hottest people in Hollywood, I can see. Oh, why would you choose Tina Fey?
I don't know. Yeah.
But I
maybe I
personally-
shouldn't have brought this up.
Yeah.
But I personally, I don't know. That was just like that, and it was me asking her an observation, like, "Hey, have you noticed this, or is it just me?" So it wasn't like me telling her this is what it is.
Right.
I was asking her, "Hey, is this a correlation with this?"
This is why I disagree with you, and I think it's funny because this was my response without you even mentioning the Hollywood
Never
thing.
talking to that person ever in my life.
Why?
Personal conversation.
Oh, she listens to the show, so I think.
Oh yeah.
Am I in trouble now, or are you,
know
in
what?
trouble?
I'm gonna tell you a story about her right now.
Oh no, that's okay. My answer to you is I just think that
Anchor has the tools to allow you to record and edit your podcast.
I just think that when comedians are coming up, they tend to not be traditionally attractive because
Are you
they're
saying
just
comedians or
Comedians.
or like in
No,
general?
No, yeah,
Yeah.
because they don't have the money.
yeah, right, because they're just regular people.
People, yeah.
Right. And when you look at that Hollywood, what someone's supposed to look like, a lot of work and money goes into
How they-
looking that
yeah.
way, right? So
I mean,
you
just
you
look at
notice,
Camille,
yeah, go ahead.
right? The guy from the Eternals, he got ripped for
Right.
Marvel. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that guy you would have
When
never
you would've
been
been
like,
a
oh, look,
super
this
guy.
guy's like just whatever guy.
Now
But this
he's
guy's not
beautiful.
attractive. Now he's amazing.
Yeah, because he
Right,
has the
so-
money to pay for personal
Exactly.
trainer, diet, and all that
Right,
stuff. Yeah.
just like Steve Carell, for example. Like Steve Carell, season one of The Office, like it's not a cute guy, right? I was get a little plug, lose a little weight, get a little,
Yeah.
and now he's a great looking guy, right? He's a silver fox, right? So it's just that like comedians don't tend to be like A, super rich, B, super into dressing up, but they're just as beautiful as these people you're saying. They're just everyday people like us, and they're not like Hollywood A-list stars. So I disagree with you. I think when these people like,
You're just not disagreeing because I was saying, hey, I've noticed this. What do you think about this?
I also think there's plenty of beautiful people who are super funny. And like have always just been like Brad Pitt, for example, is like hilarious.
Oh,
Like I even think Channing Tatum's funny. I don't think he's like a great
yeah. We have
classical actor.
we have Paul Rudd.
Right. So okay. So I'm just not really sure.
No, because I was just asking her. I made about this observation. It wasn't. I wasn't saying that is a law. It's like, hey, what do you think about this? Because I've heard other people say it too.
I just thought it was funny that you included us on a list of.
Because you guys are all ugly.
Okay. It's
Come
not
on,
the
man.
response I was expecting.
But yeah.
I'm totally gonna get in trouble for bringing this up. Please don't bring this up. And Danny, can you edit it? Or
No,
That's
Oh,
funny.
we've established that you don't. edit
Maybe we
the
are a
show.
comedy podcast.
we are a comedy.
we are a
podcast.
comedy podcast.
But apparently that means we're all ugly.
But we're also therapy.
So now we can heal together
Yes.
while we realize we're ugly.
All right. So experiences and advice. What about life in general? Where do you?
Well, what?
Okay.
That took a quick turn.
Where do you see us going in the future?
I'm gonna be
on a
careful.
different platform,
Gonna
apparently.
be rich, baby.
Okay.
We're gonna get
Doing
rich.
something else,
We're
right?
gonna get rich and become attractive.
And then we won't be funny
But we
anymore.
won't be funny. But it's okay because we're entertainment and what now? What are we?
Arts and entertainment.
Arts and entertainment. That's what we
We're
will
sports and entertainment.
We need to talk about sports.
Yeah. We haven't. We went a whole year and we like hardly ever talked about sports.
Because the only sports that matters
Sports entertainment.
are Quidditch,
Quidditch.
whatever the heck it's called, wrestling, and spike ball.
When I asked Dan this question before the episode, he said in 5 years he sees himself married with a family.
Settling down. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes it's time.
Link pushed back against that.
I was flabbergasted.
Why?
How old are you then?
20.
20?
You're 20?
I just thought, dang, that's kind of early for all that to happen. I hope it does happen to you. You get me?
He's wishing on my downfall.
No, because
Yeah,
that's
I hope you.
He's
I hope you're able to find someone.
Wishing
No,
on
no, no.
your downfall. He's wishing on
kinda
my
funny,
death.
so-
Yeah.
He's calling him ugly.
no.
I hope
the-
you find someone who's able to look past your looks.
No,
I really appreciate
Your
the humor.
yeah.
no, the reason why I say that I was shocked because I remember being 20 and telling my friends, by the time I'm 25, I want to be married. And, probably, having children in the next 2 years, right? I'm 29 now, not married. And that's why when you said that, I was like, really? But then I remembered I said the same thing. I hope you don't turn out like me.
No, wait, no. I kind of want to hold your hand.
Huh.
Okay, they are holding hands.
together.
Overcast.
Best friends,
Overcast.
baby.
Are you just pitching platforms?
Yes.
Um,
Amazon, Audible, Spotify.
I was telling you, I got married at 28, and I kind of wish that I would have got married a little earlier, that I wouldn't have delayed some of the stages in my life.
It's funny because I've heard some people say, like, I wish I would have enjoyed my 20s more.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? had more fun in the 20s and use my 30s to settle down a little bit more.
Right.
But I think, and you mentioned this earlier, like once you meet the one that's for you,
Yeah.
you want to begin life with them as soon as possible.
Yeah, I think so.
So I guess those people that are still thinking, oh, I want to enjoy my 20s, they might regret that when they meet the one. Like,
Yeah.
I wish I would have married you the first day I met you.
Yeah. I think that's what's important. Finding the right person.
And you know who's not the right person for us? Anchor.
Well, considering the fact that it's not a person,
Well, I don't want to marry Anchor.
it's a
No.
podcaster. Wait, what did I just say? Podcatcher. I'm sorry.
Podcast.
Yeah.
Comcast.
Overcast. Potty Comcast.
All right.
Potty Comcast.
So apparently we'll be on a different platform, either by choice or by force. I think we're gonna get kicked out
Soon
of
it's
here.
gonna be by force. I
Well-
hope we can make it to the second episode.
What about you, Gabe? What do you see in the future?
I didn't even get to.
Oh,
actually
I'm
answer
sorry.
that
Yeah, my
question.
bad. Go ahead, Dan.
I don't know.
All right, you made me go back for that.
Yes.
Okay. What about you, Gabe?
Are we talking about life or this podcast?
Well, it was supposed to be about the podcast, but then it became about life, and it's
Oh.
it's kind of
It
retrospective.
got so real.
Isn't the podcast
Life.
kind of life? Yeah,
Are we getting deep?
I think so. We got to
Oh.
give them something for staying with us 50 episodes, 1 year.
Expect to be working as a physical therapist. But as for, I hope that the podcast grows as we grow, as people. And I mean, I don't really know where I'm gonna be going,
Mhm.
like where I'm gonna be
Yeah.
setting wise. But I do hope that this can continue, and that this project can grow. Because I mean, that's kind of why we started this,
Yeah.
and I hope that we obviously we get better as we keep doing this. We learn more, meet new people if we can, and yeah, just grow together. I think maybe become a comedy podcast down the road, but
But then we won't
Well,
be beautiful.
If you have to move somewhere else, definitely know that we are going to become that's
Comedy podcast.
a comedy podcast. That's interesting,
it's either
actually.
you die or you move.
you die, boo.
You know, early on in this process, we knew that Gabe had a big decision whether he was going to stay or go. The Clash. And we had actually had like a backup plan. Like, okay, if Gabe goes, is he a remote host now? What's the possibility of that? Like, if one of us has to leave, like we're still alive, but we're somewhere else.
I mean, I guess we're talking about it, but this show could very well one day end. But I guess we should enjoy it
Yeah.
while we can do it.
Yeah. You think that ties into any other experiences in your life?
Anything can end.
Yeah.
Just enjoy it while you can.
We started the show and
We
go ahead.
better make money before we end. Like, I can understand ending, but this was an investment.
Well,
We've all put money in on this. George has put a lot more
Listen,
money.
Everything is an investment.
We
right?
better, if we're gonna end this,
I've
at
invested
least
a lot of time.
At least,
but I've
get
enjoyed
a
it.
double of what we've all invested in.
wasn't he canceling the
Our
show?
show,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, then he
last-
forgot
last
he
week?
put money
Yeah.
into
Yes,
this.
but I forgot I put money into this. Anchor, you know what? You're not that bad.
Yeah. We've made a little bit of money, so that's not bad. Yes, we've spent a little bit of money as well.
But we also raised money for a good cause.
And we
That's true.
donated
That's
money,
true.
yeah.
Where what?
What? Does Link pay attention to anything that's going on? or-
No, I know we did something. I just don't remember.
You did the support. Like,
I know. I
ad
just
for it,
don't.
too.
I don't remember. I was really proud of us for that.
Yeah, I thought that was a good idea, but now you don't know what you were
But
proud.
I don't know what.
Yeah.
Oh, the Uvalde.
Yes, we helped raise money.
It wasn't much, but hey,
no,
Hey,
it
we
was.
did what we could.
we did what we could, and I'm proud of that.
I mean, I think it was
Everything makes a difference.
It was you guys. You guys helped out too.
because
Give
yeah,
yours-
absolutely, it wasn't our money. Right?
Give yourself a pat on the back.
Yeah, because it was the month that we launched Patreon and the merch store with our regular support that was coming in. It was probably our most financially not profitable, but our financially Trying to find the. This is the month we raised the most money.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And I mean, again, you're right. Like in the grand scheme of it, it wasn't much, but it was more money than I expected to make in this show in the whole first year.
Yeah, I mean, we never talked about the possibility of even making money at the beginning. So
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, money also went into. We kind of just agreed to going into equipment and stuff like that.
no,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure, yeah.
This table that we are sitting at was bought with the show's money, which opened up some other money for me to get the camera. They didn't buy the camera equipment directly, but
Camera.
oh
Camera,
yeah,
you
why
say?
do we need a camera? That's a weird thing to say.
Because
Hmm.
the viewers.
Why would you
Oh.
buy a camera?
Link has manifested
That's right.
the possibility of pursuing.
Season 2, baby.
All right,
And then
viewers
6
and-
seasons and a movie.
Oh,
Is that it?
That could be our goal.
Is that it?
Like 6 seasons in a movie.
6 seasons in a movie, because when things go on for too long.
I agree. I think there should be a finite end to this show. You know what's super funny? I at first I pitched to Dan. I want to go 100 episodes, not knowing math at all. Because I was
Like
like,
a year,
wait,
2
after 1 year we're already at 50. Oh, never mind. Maybe something else.
It's
But
like, oh yeah,
So
weeks.
300 episodes if we're gonna do 6 seasons.
yeah, I do see a future where like
That's not bad.
yeah, I do see a future where like this show spins off into other shows and other things. But it's funny what you said, like anything could end. And that's true like about relationships. It's true about
Are you and my sister getting divorced?
careers. No, you know that.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Well, because even then, like you could have the healthiest, rock solid marriage and like tragedy can strike, at any moment. And you never know what's gonna happen. Like if you have your job, like for example, when we started this show, I set like a 5-year, like atomic clock on my current occupation, and I'm like a year into it, and I don't know exactly where I'm going still, but it's there. and
Like,
it's-
did it speed up or did it slow down?
No,
I
a
don't-
year has passed since he
Yeah.
made that
Yeah,
decision.
and I'm thinking. Here's what I was thinking. I'm thinking like, I'm nearing the end of a phase of a life. Let me put a concrete number out there into the world, right? So I can hold myself accountable, and I'm gonna tell my friends and family, so that they can also hold me accountable. Like, I like to do that. I like to think it doesn't come off as like bragging or whatever, but I like to say things so that like now that I kind of have to back it up. I don't know what 4 years would look like,
I mean, 4 years is a long time, though.
4 years is a long time, but year one went by real fast. Like we're saying, we're reflecting on, we started this over 52 weeks ago, and
In a different studio?
yeah, and look at Go ahead. Oh, you mentioned also like earlier you talked about the interface. I think we got our money's worth of the interface. Like
Oh,
if
yeah.
if the show would end now after 1 year, it's like we got our money's worth. We produced the show.
I think everything we've used, we've got our money's worth.
Yeah. Utility is a big thing for me. Like, it's okay to get something, obtain something, but make sure that it's useful. Don't chase something because you desire it irrationally.
Don't build a YouTube studio because you think you're going to be a YouTube sensation and then not make anything.
Right. And don't set unrealistic expectations for you. Because at the end of the day, the things that you do in your life, including your career, including your like hobbies, pastimes, or whatever pursuits, you need to do them because they provide efficacy for you. Like they help motivate you. They're meaningful to you. Any money that you make or any, popularity or praise that you get, that should be extra because when it's not there, you should still have the drive to be there. I didn't know if we were going to get to year 2. What about you guys?
I mean,
Well,
there's
I knew we were going to get there.
I thought we would, yeah.
Yeah, really? You were like just so sure that we were going to keep a schedule.
I always
week to
accepted
week.
that there was a chance, but
I
I
don't
was
know.
pretty
In
sure
my mind,
that
I
we
didn't
were-
think it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Unless like something like extreme happened.
In my mind, I don't even think we're stopping.
In my mind, I was just like, we're just gonna keep doing
I
it.
see,
Keep
yeah, I
on
see us
doing it.
writing this out.
Yeah.
Because the
Until-
amount of times where it's like, yeah, I don't feel like going to record or doing something. It's
always a
like
good
it's
time.
happened. I'm just like, you know what? Get in there and do it. And I feel like a lot of those times when I'm kind of just like, oh, I don't know if like I want to be doing something else. I want to be sleeping or whatever because life gets busy. I find that those episodes are actually really like enjoy. Like with the travel episode,
Yeah.
the travel episodes, I was going through a lot at school.
And I was exhausted.
I was just tired.
I was like literally
And
sleep,
so we was
falling
just-
asleep to
yeah.
that episode.
And it was just kind of like, oh, what are we? We weren't really sure. I guess maybe like a couple of days before what
Mhm.
we're gonna talk about.
We had gone back and forth on
Yeah.
like what topics, and that's happened a couple of times, especially when things have gotten really hectic. Because at the end of the day, we do this on the side, right? We have regular life,
Yeah,
school,
we're all
work,
pretty
family.
busy.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then it was just kind of like, oh, we'll just sit down and we'll see what happens. Especially like we kind of like planned out what we were gonna do, but we didn't really know I guess the direction or the tone of the episode.
yeah,
And then what ended up happening was, like I said, it was one of my favorite episodes. I think to talk about, and I also think it I mean we spoke about this. Me and George spoke about
Mhm.
this, but I think it kind of showed us some direction that we want to go into for the
Yeah.
future. I think.
absolutely. And I think it's been a learning process. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
some of the things, like you said, that like you're not sure of, they end up being the best experiences. And some of the things that you think you are really gonna pan out, you're like, oh, I don't know. I don't know if I felt it. I think for me, I guess the reason I said that I wasn't sure if we were gonna get it is just there's always self-doubt. It's like every year I produce a play for school, right? Because I teach drama, and every year I'm like, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if we're gonna pull it off. And we do, and I think I do it, or my team does it better every year. But every year I'm like, I don't know if it's gonna work out. You know what I mean? And I think everything in life is like that. Like buying a house for me. I know I'm a little further ahead on everybody's like timeline, but like I don't know. It's a big commitment. I'm gonna stay here. Am I gonna make the payments? You know what I mean? And like everything's like that. But you've got to take the plunge. And then sometimes it gets hard, and you don't want to do it. Like you said, there's weeks that I have not wanted to show up.
to your own house.
Yeah. No, because even then, like sometimes you'll come here and I'll drag my feet like to come upstairs.
Mhm.
Or I'll come here and I'll be like, all right, let's plan it. And then just zombie out like in front of it. Or like get disillusioned because like not everybody's attitude is like in the best place, or not everybody's fully like motivated. But at the end of the day, I've never regretted like a sacrifice, like not going and doing something else, or just going to bed, or
Yeah.
And that's why the reason why I think we were going to make it this far was because, like you, I do have self-doubt, right? But it's always on myself.
Mm-hmm.
We're a group. You get me? We're a team.
Yeah,
So as a result, like we're 5 of us: George, Gabe, Dan, Link, and Leanne,
right,
and Sammy, our director, right?
Right.
That's 6, right?
right.
So
And like multiple like people in the community
Very
who support
supportive,
us.
yeah.
Because I think about those.
Yeah,
yeah.
You know?
So we're a team, like
Thank you to
If-
all you guffs out there.
MacGuffiners. If
Mother Guffers.
We'll workshop
The
it.
whole McMuffin.
we're a team, so we can carry each other. You get me? There's gonna be days where like we're not, one of us isn't gonna be as interested in the topic, or we're going through some stuff, right? And we're not gonna be able to contribute that much. We can carry that weight for that person that day, right? So that's why like for me it's harder to fail when we're in a team.
Yeah.
I think we all balance each other out very well.
Yes. Yes. Link's the funny guy. No, I'm just kidding. In many ways, though, yeah, like in the show's
He
attitude,
called you ugly.
in our work ethic.
Even worse, he called you an anchor.
Oh my!
No,
No, they're gonna give me my.
Oh, you're back up. You're back up with
Yeah,
me.
he's back with Anchor. We
I don't
love
know.
Anchor.
I don't know about you guys, but
All
like,
my homies love Anchor.
like I do hope like the next. I mean, I don't know where we're gonna be in the next 5 years, but a goal would be like to quit my job and just do this full time. You get me?
I mean, I think that's
I think that'd be
ultimately that's
yeah.
like
that'd be pretty cool. Not
That
just,
would be amazing.
not just this show, but
but
maybe
you
we
need to
could
get
have
off
like
Anchor.
other.
Sorry.
Maybe we can have other shows as well. You
Yeah.
get me? Producing other shows.
Mhm.
Have like shows under our network, our media.
Right.
Ugh.
And if not, we gave it a shot. In
We
the sense-
tried.
Yeah,
We
we tried because
sure as
it's
heck
like number
tried.
one, we could fail at that. Like that's not a failure because I think we've succeeded more than I ever
Yeah.
expected right off the bat.
What is you gave
Yeah.
us some statistics of
Yeah.
failing when it comes to podcasts.
Yeah, most people don't make it past
Yeah,
year
we're
one.
in the
20.
1%.
Yeah,
A lot of people don't make it past 20, right?
yeah, make
Yeah,
it past
we
20.
20
are
episodes,
already
Yeah,
in the 1%.
yeah, we're in the.
We shattered it.
Yeah, exactly. We're way past. Most people don't make it week to week for a whole year.
But that's literally, we did that week to week.
Yeah, we're the 1%. We are
Like without missing
outliers,
one. That's
like,
crazy.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're 1%ers, baby.
And
1% of what?
of podcasts
podcasts.
We
make it
get
this far.
we get tax
Of creators?
deductions.
We're 1% of creators.
Yeah, we're 1% of podcast creators. You mentioned something right there towards the end.
That we're a team. We won't fail.
The Avengers.
That sure we could. That's a real lofty like that would be an amazing experience.
Yeah.
And we know that only happens to like 1 in a million people. You know what I mean? So like you said, the 1%
But
of
we're
the
already,
1%.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But even if not, and like also our interest could wane. Like we could settle down, we could move around the country. Podcasting as a medium could also be on the wave out in 3 to 5 years. You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, in this world, like it's like everybody wanted to be on one platform and then they moved to another like, everybody was on YouTube. People are leaving YouTube now. Everybody wants to be on TikTok. You know what I mean? And people used to do the micro stuff, long form, television, studios, streaming, whatever. So the world moves and we could move on from it. But I'm never going to look back and doubt like what could have happened.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because that's the thing I think that eats you up when you don't.
What if we would have started the podcast?
Exactly.
I'd rather fail and know than have never known.
Yeah. Because, go ahead.
Honestly, if one of us moves out, like goes to another state, even country, I think it's even easier to go online. You get me?
Yeah, I think we'll
doing
figure it
this
out.
whole
Yeah.
doing this through Zoom or a program, a platform like Zoom, it's a lot easier nowadays.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
So I think it'd make life a little bit easier for all of us, right?
Yeah.
If we did it like that.
Well, Dan's like shaking his head. I don't know if I want to edit all those channels.
But yeah,
I mean, there's pros and cons to everything.
There's pros and
but
cons
we
to
just
it.
gotta like power through it.
power through it. Yeah.
figure it out.
Yeah. And keep things fresh. I think with relationships, that's important. With your job, that's important. If you're stagnant, if you're out there and you're just bored out of your mind with what
Spice things up.
Exactly.
Throw
Right.
a pebble in your routine.
If your job has become mundane and you went to school for 4 to 8 years to study it, either think about what your new passion is and aim towards that, or insert new passion into that thing. Because I know that's what teaching was like that. For me, it was like, okay, I've memorized this process. How can I mix things up and how can I change that? And I fail sometimes, and I succeed others. And it's just you keep moving forward and you keep growing. And that's what I think the show has been like for me. Okay. Any final thoughts before we say goodbye to wrap up year 1? This has been our origin story. How many?
Sorry, what?
Any final thoughts before we wrap up our origin story here?
Oh,
Yeah, this is
It's been
chapter
longer than
1.
Yeah, it's been longer than Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Right, how many hours of audio do we have?
Too many.
Yeah.
Keep on lookout for me rating places to take a good dump in Miami.
Is that just what our social media is going to be during the interim?
That's,
I want to
that
give you
feels
control.
appropriate.
She's give me, yeah. She's keep on, I'm just
Oh,
trying
because
to,
we're a potty Comcast.
We're a potty
We're a potty Comcast.
So keep a lookout.
All right. So keep in touch. Stay tuned. Until next time.
We'll be back with season 2.
Same bat time, same bat channel. Goodbye.
We're not a potty Comcast.